No, what are you talking about? Nah, that's not what I'm doing here at all. Lego, why are you going out there and making all these videos talking smack about the New York Rangers? What are you doing, buddy? Is it that obvious? I don't know. Because the thing is, the commentary topic of today's video is not me going out there and just spitting whatever it is that I want to spit. I'm spitting what I'm seeing. Because it's not just Vancouver fans that are going out there and talking about this. In fact, I don't even know if any Canucks fans are talking about it. I think it's mostly New York Rangers fans going out there and potentially regretting the trades they have made with Vancouver. So, let's get into it here. The show is brought to you by ExpressVPN. Go out there, check out that first link in the description to save some money on your VPN, get some free months, and support this YouTube channel. In the process, the Vancouver Canucks and the New York Rangers made 2 trades this season that shocked the hockey world. The first one was the JT Miller trade. Filipino, Victor Mancini, Dorrington, Eric Bronnstrom. Great trade. Big trade, blockbuster trade, great trade. The second trade was not really a blockbuster, but it was still a trade that Vancouver had to make because Carson Soucy was no longer a necessary piece for this Canucks team. With the emergence of Marcus Pettersson on the left side and Elias Pettersson's overall capability being put on display too, there were too many Petterssons for Soucy to stick around in Vancouver. And so the Vancouver Canucks traded him over to the New York Rangers for a draft pick. Not a big deal. Very small trade, all things considered, but a lot of Canucks fans understood that, hey, there's a bunch of money coming off of the books here. He's making $3 million, and he was getting scratched here and there in Vancouver. It wasn't really great for him anymore, considering his poor play at the beginning of the year and the fact that Marcus Petey and Elias Petey both kind of took his job. But here's the thing. Even though Carson Soucy started out his New York Rangers tenure with a goal in the very first game he had played, a la JT Miller. Kind of great to see Millsy going out there and scoring some points in his first game as a Ranger, or first game in his second stint as a Ranger, we should say instead. And it's great to see Soucy do the same thing too. I wanted to direct your attention to some of the conversations that have been popping up on Twitter about Soucy and his recent play with New York. You see, the thing is, the New York Rangers, they played themselves a game yesterday against the Columbus Blue Jackets. And guess what? They won 4-0. Super important game. They're trying to make the playoffs. 4-0 regulation win. Big shutout for Igor Shesterkin and a big -4 for my guy on the other side, Boone Jenner. Buddy, you got -8 points in fantasy yesterday. You just booked yourself a one-way, non-refundable, absolute first-class ticket to Dropville. Screw you, Boone Jenner. Anyways, all personal feelings aside, the Blue Jackets got smoked. 4-0. The Rangers played well enough to take the shutout victory, but the defensemen on the team, as New York played yesterday, went as follows. Braden Schneider, 1834. Zach Jones, 1821. Will Borgen, 1922. Urho Vakanainen, 1835. Adam Fox had 2036. And K'Andre Miller had a 2336. No Carson Soucy. Is he injured? No, that doesn't seem to be the case. In fact, there were tweets posted like this earlier yesterday morning before the game. Vince Mercogliano said nothing's confirmed at this point, but it's notable that 6 defensemen have come off. Fox, Miller, Schneider, Jones, Borgen, and Vakanainen, but Soucy has not come in. The next tweet in this thread here by Mercogliano, Laviolette didn't want to fully reveal his hand, but he definitely made it sound like there's a real chance Soucy is coming out. And that is exactly what happened. Now, Rangers fans, hold on here, this is what we're talking about. Carson Soucy sat $3.25 million a year. Healthy scratch with the Canucks, because he played poorly and he got his job stolen by both the Petterssons. Healthy scratch in New York, and now you have Rangers fans saying this. Carson Soucy buyout details. In 25-26, he'll be given the Rangers an extra $1.67 million in cap space, and in 26-27, he will cost $833,000. Or a team could take him on in a trade for $3.25 million. What a horrible and pointless trade by Chris Drury. This rivals the Nemeth signing. A $3.25 million healthy scratch for this season and next season. The top reply from a Canucks fan, AK50, says, I think he just needs to rebound. If you buy out Carson Soucy, I feel like he'll sign in Florida, New Jersey, or Carolina and haunt you guys in the playoffs. JT Miller for MVP says that Soucy looks awful. And then there are a bunch of replies from Rangers fans. Why did they need the trade for Soucy? Why did they get this guy? They traded for him, gave up a pick, and now he's being scratched? Adam Fox comes back and all of a sudden Soucy's out of the lineup. Well, what was the point of making the trade? He didn't even make a trade to address a period of 5 or 6 games when Adam Fox wouldn't be available. A bunch of these replies are going out there and talking about how despite the fact that Soucy scored a goal in the very first game that he played for the Rangers, he's not really doing all too well. Sample size be damned, the guy's only played 4 games with New York. Could have been 5 yesterday if he played. But he's only played 4 games, and we're starting to see cracks in the response here from Rangers fans saying, hey, the guy's not looking good. Kind of a pointless trade. Where do you go from here? Do we need to buy him out? And that is the craziest 180 that I think we might have seen, even more so than the JT Miller stuff. Because Miller, at the very least, he's producing a lot. He's like over a point per game with the New York Rangers. So even though there are some defensive lapses once in a while, and maybe he might not necessarily be the best in overtime when he doesn't have the puck and when he doesn't backcheck, there's still value there. Carson Soucy was never really a top-producing defenseman. You liked him because he was smooth, calm, collected, and he blocked shots. That's why. He's a very good defensively minded D-man who's big and who uses his size effectively. In Vancouver, he made a lot of mistakes this season. The Soucy-Myers pairing totally sucked. But now, to see Soucy get traded for a draft pick to New York, and now Rangers fans are like, well, darn it, now he's not being played, and he's not looking great either. Do we buy this guy out? Just a few games after he gets traded to the Rangers. It's such a bizarre turn of events that I had to go out there and make a video about this. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. If you're a Vancouver Canucks fan, how do you feel learning about the Rangers fan sentiment on social media about this guy and about the way he's been deployed? I get it, it's Twitter. A lot of people will go out there and say that Twitter is the worst place to go out there and look at social media fan engagement because everybody's so overreactionary and negative. I'm not going to disagree. Like, it's definitely like that. But the fact that there's enough ammo here, like in the replies to this tweet and the initial tweet itself, that talks about how Rangers fans want this guy to get bought out, I mean, that was totally not on my bingo card at this point in the 24-25 season. So Canucks fans, what are your thoughts on Carson Soucy and the discourse surrounding him in New York? Rangers fans, is this accurate? Am I just straw-manning and taking a look at one tweet that had a whole bunch of replies, a whole bunch of views, and a whole bunch of engagement, and exploiting this for YouTube views? I'll tell you the answer. The answer is yeah. But that's besides the point. Is it fair for me to go out there and do that? Has he really been that bad? I honestly thought that he'd be able to play well in a system like New York, where he might be a little bit more utilized and he wouldn't really need to play behind 2 Petterssons. I mean, there was a lot of ammo there for Soucy to be good, but still, I guess he's getting scratched now. I don't know. I'm not really following the situation as closely as some diehard Rangers fans are, so let me know your thoughts in the comments section. Is this accurate or not? Carson Soucy, yay or nay? Buyout or trade? Stay or gone? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.